Yeah, I think kind of got away from us at certain moments, but it's a good team win to grind it out, get 2 points.
I think that's the second time I can remember you making that type of deke. Maybe you've done it a bunch and I've missed it. What do you like about that move on the power play?
Again, we've talked about before, but really it's just what the D give me. The first one I was able to make the seam to Kyle, and he scores, and then I think they gave me a little bit more space. Maybe they're trying to cover him. That's what's good about having a bunch of different options. It keeps PK guessing, but if I have time, I have made that move before, and I was able to score.
It was kind of frustrating, that sequence in the second period where it's like your stick got held, there was a no call, goes the other end, and then they hang in for a long time.
Yeah, they score on that. I don't know. I can't really say anything. I mean, the ref sees it as one way. I asked him about it, and he didn't think it was a penalty, so not much I can do. There's a lot of plays out there that people complain about. So.
Was there an opportunity to clear the puck on that extended shift there? It's like I'm trying to replay it in my head there. It just seemed like that they had.
I don't think so. I think they had it the whole time, and you're out there a minute and a half like that. You get pretty tired, and at that point you're just trying to, be positionally sound. They were able to obviously capitalize on a breakdown back door, and that's the way it goes sometimes.
What's impressed you about your group in overtime this year?
Got the best goalie in the world, and then you got guys like Mark and Kyle Jamo that'll make plays like that. But I don't know. Why do you say that? We have a really good OT record or something? Yeah?
Feels like.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably because of Bucky.
What have you learned about Josh this year? I mean, you played against him before, but now seeing him on the day-to-day basis.
Just how smart he is, and just his skating gets him out of trouble. He's able to get in the rush so much and create offensively, and he's so smart offensively. He's like having another forward out there with you. When he's on the ice, he's always looking to jump, and that's it's good. You need your D to create offensively in this league. So, and like I said, his skating is so good that he's able to do it a lot and get back and help out defensively as well, because he's so good and so smooth out there.
You touched on the options with the power play, but what's it meant for the power play to become a weapon for you guys now?
It's huge. It's really big, and obviously getting down the stretch here and in the playoffs, you need a good power play, because those games are a grind, and they're a lot of the time low scoring, and special teams battles will be crucial in winning those types of games. And you saw it tonight. We won the special teams battle again, so it's good.
When you're talking about the options or taking the options that they give you on the power play, so many of those you've got your back to the play, and I'm wondering, is it just the way that it's drawn up that if this guy's here that this guy's got to be open there, or is this a peripheral vision thing that we're not
I have my back to the play, but I'm doing a lot of pre-scanning, so it's not like I'm just standing there and I don't know, I'm going like this, and then I know when he's going to give me the puck, and Mark's so smart, he's not going to give me the puck if I'm pre-checking, right? So it's just scanning and making your reads off of what they give you.
I think we talked about this a little bit, but you talked about Mark taking that shot from that spot. How important is Mark needing to be a threat to shoot the puck to opening you up in that spot down low, like drawing that guy in towards him?
Yeah, I think we all need to be a threat. So, yeah, it's important that he shoots. He's obviously a pass-first guy. I don't need to explain that to anybody, but it's also important to get shots, and I've said it to you guys before, things seem to break down off of shots, and that's when, like I said, you get guys caught in between routes, and that's when you can make that seam pass.
Gabriel, even without Sean and Mupper doing his thing tonight, what elements of the power play in recent games has come together that you guys were still able to connect tonight twice?
I couldn't really tell you. We've been better, obviously, the last week and a half, 2 weeks we're scoring, which is good. But I can't really tell you what it is that's kind of clicking now that wasn't at the beginning of the season. We've been working hard at it all year. We've been talking about it a lot. We've had a lot of meetings about how we need to get better, and it's nice that we're finally scoring, obviously. But I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It's just nice to score. Thank you.
felt like that game kind of had chapters to it. You guys came off to a hot start, things got away, and then you took it over and won an OT. How did you see it? What were the changes for?
Yeah, I think when we got up, we stopped playing our game. We stopped, being sharp with the puck, getting, making passes, supporting each other. We started to, get a little bit disconnected, and they made us pay.
Gabe talked about the power play and sort of the options that you guys have. He said that you're so smart that if he's pre-scanning, shoulder checking, he's not going to get the puck at that moment. You're going to save it. What do you look for from him to time those plays?
He's a smart player too. He knows. He knows his angles. He's making sure he knows where guys' sticks are and what options are there. He made some tremendous plays today, and he's so talented in front of the net. It's when you get the puck in his hands, you know something's going to happen. So we just got to continue to work at it and get better and better every day.
Was that play with Josh Morrissey for your goal in the back end? Was that a bank pass on purpose? Have you read that before?
Yeah, we kind of made eye contact a little bit, so I think he kind of knew. I don't know if he knew it was going to work out that well, but obviously a very, very cagey play by him.
For Gabe on that play, is it the head fake, or how does he sell that before he goes back to the backhand?
He has a lot of options. He can go so many ways with it. It makes it tough to read as a goalie or as a defender. So when you have options and previously you just hit a guy backdoor, it makes it a tough read for the goalie and for a lot of guys. So obviously a very, very smart play there, and wonderful hands there.
I've seen a lot of hot scrimmages from Kyle. What do you think of the way he's shooting the puck right now?
Yeah, he's hitting it well. He's going to the right areas, and I think he's making a lot of little plays that no one would see, and he's been fun to play with. I love getting to play with him, and just got to keep it going.
Line's responsible for 4 goals. Not gonna nitpick too much, but there's a couple of shifts where you guys get hemmed in, and I know that's been a conversation of late. What do you guys need to improve?
You just got to shut things down earlier. When you let teams spread you out and handle the puck, you got to find areas to cut it off and end their offensive game when you have guys in vulnerable areas. So I think it's a matter of being a little more connected, not getting it spread out, and then being able to close off plays.
Mark, going from where this power play was to how hot it is now, what kind of belief did this team or the players on those power plays have to have in yourselves in order to make the turn that you've made?
Yeah, I think a lot of guys have worked on a lot of things. Gabe's worked on his goal line. Monty's obviously a fantastic slot guy and always can be, and he's always talking about different reads. Casey, JMO, we all work tirelessly at wanting to make it better, and we have a great group of guys that mesh really well, and we just gotta there's gonna be times where it's gonna be tough, and we have to just kind of stick with what we know and continue to work together and get better and better, and that's all we can really do.
Has there been any drastic change, or are you guys just kind of applying what you've been trying to do all season better at the power play?
I think guys have just improved. Gabe's improved. Being more comfortable down there. Monty's obviously a presence in the slot. Casey's works tirelessly at his one-timer and being in the right area. JMO works at a lot of things. I work at a lot of things. I think guys have just worked hard at their game and gotten better at it, and that's what happens when you work on your game.
Mark, let's sit about Josh the last couple of games. He's 6 helpers in the last 2 games, right?
Yeah, he's just been fantastic. He's making a lot of great plays. He's great in the D zone. He cuts things off quick and gets it going the other way. And a lot of unheralded plays that he's making from his own end that not a lot of people will see. But he's making a lot of great plays all over the ice.
Rick, lots of talk about the top line. They go out and between them score 4 goals. There's a shift they get hemmed in. What did you see from them?
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, but when they were hemmed in, it's not just the 3 forwards. There's 5 of them out there. It's not just on the forwards. The D have to help them out a little bit there too. So I know they got hemmed up and they ended up giving up a goal, but you could tell that they were creating, and they're the 4 goals, but they had other opportunities as well. So they did a lot of really good things, and yeah, they got hemmed in, they got scored on. That's going to happen, but when it happens, you just can't say it's the forwards' fault. There's 5 of them out there, and they just got to work a little better to get the puck out when they can.
Mark said that one of the things they can improve on is getting the stop earlier in that sequence. Is that one of the process things you're talking about them with? Mark Scheifele was saying that one of the things that they can improve on at 5-on-5 is getting a stop earlier.
Yes.
Is that one of the process things you guys talk about, like when you had your meetings?
Well, and that shift in particular, if you look at it, we didn't eliminate anybody. We were just stick checking everybody, and that's when you do that, you're going to spend time in your zone, and especially in that period, they were able to make offensive changes. So they kept throwing out a couple of fresh guys, and we kept trying to stick check guys, and that never works in this league. We're at our best when we eliminate guys and we get our second, third guys in there, and we get moving the puck, and we just got away from that at certain times tonight.
Big goals from the power play. The feeling on the bench now, has it evolved to the point where you guys are feeling confident this is a weapon you have?
They are, and we've got the second unit's not getting out there very much because they're in their zone the whole time, and you'd like to. But again, when they're handling the puck and they're getting those chances, you got to let it go. And 2 big goals tonight, but as we said earlier all year, and to get those 3 guys together and give them a chance to get some chemistry on their power play, and it should turn around, and it has so far. So we miss, Sean wasn't there tonight, but then Alex goes in and does a great job, and we've got a lot of faith in that second unit as well, but they're just not getting out there because the other unit's doing so well.
Josh Morrissey with 3 assists and a lovely bank pass to Scheifele, I think, to open things up. What did you see from him today?
Yeah, that's good hockey IQ, skating, because the way they defend in the neutral zone, we needed our defense to skate the puck up. And that was just a very heads-up, smart play, and it was a perfect bank shot. So that was nice to see.
Just on the topic of Josh, he's at 6 assists in his last 2 games. He, like a lot of players on your team, were in a bit of an offensive slump there for a bit. Have you seen Josh doing anything different the last couple games, maybe to start getting rewarded more?
Well, I think the power play is helping him, right? He's getting some power play points. It's not that he's doing anything different. It's just that for a while there, the puck wasn't going in, and the power play wasn't very effective. And now the puck's gone in a little bit better, 5-on-5, but more importantly, the points are there in the power play that weren't there for most of the year. So, yeah, it's good to see him get rewarded with that.
I noticed late in the game, tied, I think there was a couple minutes left, and you actually put Neil and Josh together in a tie game. Is that an aggressive move on your part?
Trying to score.
Yeah, like you're not just trying to nurse this into overtime.
No, we were trying to score. Yep.
And then just on Sean Monahan, had he been battling a bit of a bug yesterday?
No,
or
he just showed up today. I guess he started to feel bad last night, and caught out to him today. He came in, and but he was half dressed, but then it just hit him again, so he had to go home. So we sent him home.
Just going back to the power play, what's it meant to have Velarde in being such a dangerous threat, and both as a passer and also creating shots for himself when he comes from low to in front of the goal?
Yeah, well, he's so good with the puck down there. All right, they've got to respect that, and they give him any room. He's taking it to the net, or he's finding KC in the back door. Like that's what we saw early in the year in training camp and early in the year, and then we lost him for a while. And he's doing what we thought he would do on the power play right now. He's very effective, but you see how patient he is with the puck. If he doesn't see that wrap around and he doesn't see Casey, he'll always go back to Mark to get that defenseman moving back and forth to buy him a little more time. So it's Mark too. They're reading off each other very well, and it helps having a left-hand shot there. 2 righties and a left-hand shot, so now you can get that down and in play as well that he's very good at.
It seemed like for a stretch you didn't have your skating legs. How do you try to pull yourself out of that when you go through an extended period like that?
Yeah, if you miss as much time as you did, then you come back and you feel good.
Just about your team today.
The what?
Your team in general, like second and third period.
Yeah, well, you know what? They were fresher than we were. There's no question. They hadn't played since Wednesday, and they were fresher and desperate, and they showed that a lot in that second half. I mean, we were fine the first half. We dominated the first half for that first period. Then they got that goal in the power play and gave them a big boost. But when you've played and you've lost 11 games in a row and you're like they haven't played since Wednesday, and it showed. And the desperation was there, and they were rested, and they put a lot of pressure on them. They played very, very well against us. They were moving the puck because we were a little slow, putting pressure on the puck carrier. So give them credit for the way they played.
Rick, your team has won vast majority of its games this year based on good systematic play, and it's also a team that has the capability for Helly to steal some games or for your skill to win games. Is there a concern that maybe as of late you've relied a little more on the latter two than you have been on the systematic?
At times. We were fine in Chicago the other night. We didn't give up much. Yeah, there's a little bit of that. So we've got it. We can tighten it up. When our structure breaks down, and we'd like the other teams are coming at us. But listen, we have the best winning percentage in the Western Conference. So the little tweaks that we need to stay on top of, we'll stay on top of.
Yeah,
we're doing pretty good.
I guess that just to go a little bit deeper into that, you staying on top of it, like is that something that you have to be concerned with? Is it something that you have to guard against?
I'm not concerned about it. Do we have to stay on top of it? Yes. It's going to happen. You play 82 games. Every game is not a Picasso. It's not. And when you see little things creeping in, we address it. So we'll stay on top of it. Thanks.